Here we are at the last day of PAX, day 3, and I'm going to take you guys through a tour of some of the craziest PCs at this event. Even this one behind me now, which is a standardized build from PLE. They're putting in two RTX 2080 Ti's, Intel i9 9900K, all custom water-cooled, and the funny thing is it's even got a smoke machine on it, 1000-watt power supply, 32 gigabytes of DDR4 memory, all RGB bling throughout the whole thing. And that's going to definitely get you some high FPS when it comes to gaming. But also stay tuned, because in the description below, there will be a giveaway link for an 8086K as well. So completely free to enter, get in with a chance. But let's take a look now at some of the other crazy rigs at PAX Oz 2018.
This is how we roll, man. This is how we rock. This is how we win. This is how we roll, man. This is how we rock. This is how we win.
Welcome back to Tech Yes City, and we covered at the Asus booth all the Asus stuff, but we didn't cover this custom rig right here. Custom loop water cooling in a spiral metal chassis. It is extremely heavy, but on top of that, they're sporting a i7 9700K 8-core CPU, and also got an RTX 2080 Ti inside. Now, I did get the thermal imaging camera out on this PC, overclocked to, I believe, 4.8 gigahertz. On all cores, playing Call of Duty Black Ops 4, and the temperatures all around the motherboard were really good. So seems like everything's doing a good job here. The thing looks incredible, and it also performs really well to boot too. Now, a real funny thing below here, they got the Asus Thor power supply, and that has a wattage readout of the actual power being consumed by all the other components in the build. So you can forget, at least with this power supply, gone are the days where you need a power watt meter to read out your wattage. You can just get this thing now to read out all your components from the power supply itself. And it does honestly look pretty good, but of course, a lot of these components do come in at a premium. Do keep that in mind. Here we are at the Razer booth, and they're sporting some custom PCs, but this time with a little bit of a twist, aimed at the divas out there. More of a pink and blue scheme going on. There's also got a cat PC in the background, and I believe it's got an 8700K inside, as well as a Vega 64 graphics card. Custom water cooled as well. Temperatures are low. Definitely will play any game you throw at it. And the good thing is, it's ready to go. Small, compact. So you can cart it with you anywhere you want to go. Custom PCs. I believe Tag Mods did this one as well. And SR2 Darth Jar Jar is coming. Here we are now at the HB booth, and they have two displays here for racing car Red Bull setups for Forza Horizon 4. Inside these PCs are i7 7700Ks and also two GTX 1080s in SLI. Having a go at these things, the performance is really smooth. You got the custom steering wheel and pedals there, and it's a really enjoyable experience, as well as the PC itself sort of looking like the supercharger. I think they've definitely done a good job on this custom racing sim setup. So here we got two more custom PCs at the Cougar booth, one being in the Cougar Essence, I guess a mini version of their previous flagship custom built case. Inside this, you've got a water loop going on with a GTX 1070 and also a 8700K. Looks like it'll perform well, and it does look a lot smaller than the previous flagship case. Kind of miniaturized, does look pretty cool. Moving over to the left here, we've got the Panzer Evo RGB. So of course, as the name suggests, RGB everywhere. You can even change it with a controller, maximum bling pre-installed. Looking at a GTX 1070 Ti, Zeus Strix under a water block, and then we've got again an i7 8700K with inside these things. And here we are returning to the Cooler Master booth, where before we covered the Hermit pods, they were awesome, but they're actually being powered by these two rigs here, and we saw these earlier at IEM in Sydney, where they had such good hardware and looks to boot. But inside, they've gotten an update in terms of their CPUs and their GPUs this time around. For CSGO, that's the whole theme. We've got a terrorist and a counter-terrorist build. Looking at the counter-terrorist build first off, we've got an RTX 2080 from Aorus. These have the 3 LED ring fans, bigger coolers, and they will perform better than the Gigabyte counterparts, or so I'm told. Inside this one, the counter-terrorist, we've got a i9 7980XE 18-core CPU as well, powering it. So there's going to be absolutely no tech slowdowns whatsoever when it comes to gaming or anything else. Moving over to the left here, the terrorist build, we've then got an i9 9900K and the same Aorus graphics card. And we'll notice that the blue LEDs on the counter-terrorist theme on the ring on the graphics cards is then changed over to orange to match the theme of the build. So essentially, you've got some upgrades. They still look so phenomenal, the builds themselves. And it's so cool that one build is literally the opposite of the other in terms of how it's built to match the opposing teams in this game. Two builds behind me now from Ethan at Tag Mods. These are a different kettle of fish altogether, and that is that they're reflective. The first one being the CSGO HAL build, based on, of course, the game CSGO itself. Inside, you've got an i9 9900K and also an RTX 2080 Ti. And then at dark, this thing just lights up, looks really cool, really innovative. And then besides that, there's a FaZe Clan build as well. And this is the same deal, a reflective build, and it's got inside it an i7 8086K, ready to be overclocked because it's got water cooling on it. And then inside, you've got an RTX 2080 Ti as well. Funny thing is about these builds, they're actually for sale at the event. So I believe they've already been snapped up by 2 buyers. And very interesting, because I thought maybe the FaZe Clan themselves would definitely want this build, since at night, it just lights up. Crazy. And that about wraps it up for the custom PCs here at PAX 2018. And right behind me is Ethan's masterpiece, the Quake Champions build. This thing is so big, it looks so wicked. I believe the developers themselves even want this now off Ethan. It's that impressive. I was mind blown away. And Ethan, if you guys didn't know, he's going to be helping us do the SR2 build, Darth Jar Jar, very soon, baby. So don't forget to hit that like button. I love each and every one of y'all. Hope you've enjoyed the PAX 2018 coverage. Stay tuned though, we are doing a wrap up of all the really cool things, sort of both tech and non-tech related, and I look forward to catching you in the next one very soon. Peace out for now. Bye.
Walk in the spot and I drop one track, know who the best is. Walk in the rave like check this. Got one more for the set list.